ooh, it does not look great in some of these green stalks. Also, strawberries. Son ate it up, baby. Look how pretty those beans are, y'all. I don't hide nothing around here. It's like a little snowman. Hello, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And this morning in 70-some degrees, high 70s on a Saturday morning, we are going to harvest some things and look around the garden. Y'all, it's been 101 degrees. It was 101 degrees yesterday. It's gonna be 101 degrees today. I did not come out here yesterday at all. I had errands to run in the morning and then it was way too hot in the afternoon. And then in the evening, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was with my daughter. Ooh, it does not look great in some of these green stalks. We need to turn some water on and let it kind of run. Oh, it's a few things we need to do. But anyway, we're gonna do a garden harvest while I also show you around. Y'all, that one day, and also I was not proactive. I should have come out here. I definitely did the main garden. Some of the green stalks I did not get around to. I should have came out here and did some very deep watering. I did not, being completely honest with y'all. Anyway, if you're new here, my name is Asia. I garden in Virginia Zone 7B. I grow in-ground, no digs, bags, containers, greenhouses, green stalks. Yeah, I think I said it all. I said it really fast this morning though, apparently. Anyway, it's gonna be kind of quick too because I don't want to get stuck out here when the sun come out. So I don't think it's gonna be as long as normal. But as we look around, I'm also gonna harvest. Also, pretty sure the green stalk, I'm gonna clear that because that's where I'm gonna put my potatoes for fall. And we may even clear the 5-tier raspberry because I want 2 things of potatoes and that's flowers. So we'll see, y'all. So I brought my baskets down. We're just gonna sit them here. If I see something I need to harvest, then I will absolutely come back and get them. This is going to be a harvest, watering, garden tour. It's just gonna be a mix of all the things, right? So let me get the water hose as well because that green stalk, baby, it looks absolutely terrible from here. I don't know what it looked like close up, but it looks terrible. And before we got to 101 degrees, we were already in the 90s. Let me get this water hose. It's my hose link, hose reel, in case you are new here, y'all. I love this thing. Did you see how easy it was? And it's just as easy to put it back. So let's get over here and do some viewing of this green stalk. Okay, so it's mostly the top and a lot of these tomatoes have also split. These are the orange hat tomatoes, but yeah, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it did. Hold on, y'all can't see. But anyway, it has basil in it that was flowering. The marigolds look amazing. They took the heat real good. Nasturtiums, they was ready to come out anyway. Oh yeah. Very easy to turn, which means also needs watering. Look at the nasturtiums, y'all. This was my most beautiful green stalk. But yeah, I'm gonna put some water in it, see what peps up, see what does it. But I was gonna clear this anyway and get to work on amending it for my next potato harvest. So we just gonna sit this right in here for now. Oh, wait, okay. And let that water itself, oh darn it. I gotta go turn the water on, I'll be right back. Okay, I got the water turned back on. So we're gonna fill this, let it run in here. Yes, I am gonna pull a lot of this stuff, or pretty much all of this stuff, but if I can get a little bit of harvest before I pull it, I'm cool with that. So that's why I'm watering it, but this green stalk is about to be cleared and ready for some fall potato planting. I plan to plant my next fall potatoes. Turn that off for a minute. I plan to plant my next crop of potatoes probably like the end of July. So need to get this cleared, need to get it amended, let things break down so that it is available for the potatoes. So, all right, that's that green stalk. That was the first thing that caught my eye this morning. I was like, oh no, that actually, it caught my eye last night. We were leaving the house and I could see this from my driveway. And I was like, oh, that green stalk looks horrible. So we're gonna let that fill up, then run through. And At this point, I would normally, like if it was something I was really trying to save, I would water every pocket first, then put the water in. In this case, it's like, if they live, cool. If they don't, it's fine too, because I'm gonna pull them very soon. Probably by the 15th of July, I'm gonna be pulling this stuff out of here anyway, so not a big deal. But while it's still here, I do want things to grow. I see some beans on here, so we're gonna go ahead and take that's another reason why I would like to get this rehydrated, because there are a nice amount of dragon tongue beans coming off of this plant, and I would like it to keep growing. And there's another plant. Oh wow, look at this bean right here, y'all. That thing got big. It's still gonna be good though. That's one thing I figured out about these dragon tongue beans, is that they can get pretty big before they start tasting tough. And so I would still eat this. Let's see if I see any more. There's some small ones on here too. So if I get this back hydrated, I just took a small one, I didn't mean to. If I get the green stalk back hydrated, I'm sure this will continue to grow some beans for me for a while. So, all right, pretty sure that's about it on this green stalk right now. The nasturtiums actually took this green stalk over, the nasturtiums and the marigolds. So I know next year, like, not to do a lot of nasturtiums in a green stalk where I have things that's growing food, like doing a full one or putting some type of plant that does not mind being shaded into the pockets around it, so that if it is being shaded, it'll still grow. And so that's what I'm planning to do. We got a few little tomatoes off of there, the orange hat tomatoes. I have so many tomatoes in my freezer already. I'm very happy about that. Now, what I will tell y'all is, I don't know how many slices of tomatoes I'm gonna get this year, y'all. My slice of tomatoes are not doing good. The reason why I switched to so many red tomatoes, I need spaghetti sauce and salsa and things like that. So with that being the case, I have quite a few tomatoes in the freezer already that in downtime, so in fall maybe, in the winter, I will go back and make my spaghetti sauce. So small little harvest from off of there, but we are already starting to harvest. So like I said, this is not gonna be like a very long garden tour. These are the native strawberries. You can tell that this green stalk needs to be watered. So I will get some water on this as well. Now, some of this green stalk needs to be watered because all of it is not super dry. So let's see, maybe I'll just water the top tier on this because the tiers under it don't really seem to need that much water. Let me turn this water off real quick. This is giving live video, sorry y'all. So I have stopped trying to keep this calendula alive in this leaf planter, right? For one, even in the garden, the calendula is looking really bad. And I'm not gonna keep trying to keep it alive in this leaf planter. I don't water this planter a lot. It is herbs. Herbs don't need a lot of moisture. So you can see they are thriving. This is sage, this is thyme. There's oregano at the bottom. There's parsley. The chives, they're flowering again, but they didn't look great anyway. I think we have allium leaf miner on these, but I'm leaving them. It doesn't need a lot. This is the chamomile I need to pull. And so for one, I would never put calendula in with herbs again, but not in the leaf planter because it dries out faster, but these herbs also just don't need a lot of water. So that's that green stalk. This is also a leaf planter, the lemon one. Also has herbs in it, looks really good. There isn't anything else mixed in. It does need more herbs planted in it. And so with that being the case, we will get that done eventually. And then we have our strawberry green stalk over here. We are working on the leaves and things. They do look better. And so if you remember, this green stalk, the leaves were very light colored. Some of them still are. Like up here, I'm gonna pour you in. Like up here, they are still light colored, but I think it's looking better. If we get runners, like that's a runner, it's just not long enough yet. But also, I would have put it in this cup, but also it's right here and that one needs one. So we'll just push it down in there. I never went to get stakes. And some people were saying like get bobby pins and stuff, but I will reuse the stakes for other things out here. So I'll just get stakes. That works well for me. Also, strawberries. And these strawberries, if you have been here for a while, you remember I was very concerned because the strawberries didn't seem like they were sweet beginning of the year. Some kind of bug or something got that, but it's cool. The beginning of the year, but after a while, once it warmed up, yeah, they started being really, really delicious, y'all. So with that being the case, we just got us a strawberry harvest. And we're not harvested from the herbs because herbs can stay outside for quite some time. The more you harvest them, yes, the more they grow. But right now I have so many other things coming out the garden that I don't want to spend my time doing that. Most of the times I do herbs like in fall or maybe early spring. And then after that, I harvest them as I need them. So strawberry harvest. Love that for us. And we have another strawberry green stalk right here. Same situation as the one I was just telling you about. At some point in the season, I'm assuming that the fertilizer that we gave it just like, you know, it was depleted. It's a container. And so you have to continue to fertilize it. And I was fertilizing them almost every week with a liquid fertilizer. I ran out of fertilizer and had to figure out a different fertilizer to use. And in that time frame, they started going downhill. They're even smaller with this flush too, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. These are Chandler and June bearing strawberries, but at any rate, we just gonna keep working on them. And I know that even if this year we don't get a great harvest anymore, we will definitely start back up fresh next year. And I'm okay with that because I have gotten a decent amount of strawberries already. And so, like I said, I think I'm okay with that. And down here we have some Swiss chard. Eventually it'll be all strawberries, but I started out with this not a strawberry green stalk, and the things that did not die, I just kept them in here. Like there's a snapdragon plant in here too. We got us some strawberries too. I normally like to put strawberries somewhat separate so they don't get smushed, but it is what it is. So we got some Swiss chard too off of that green stalk and some strawberries. I'm keeping you on the tripod today just so that I can quickly and easily harvest because working against the heat, y'all. These are some Swiss chard that we took out of the Bootstrap Farmer greenhouse. I just harvest the leaves as I see them. They were not doing well in the greenhouse, so I took them out and they started to look better. But now I think the heat just jumped on them. And now they ain't even doing great. This green stalk needs to be watered too. Up here we have some big Bertha peppers. No answer aphids on them. I'm gonna give you an update on that too. No answer aphids on them. They look great. Also seeing actual little tiny peppers starting to grow. So I'm excited about that. I did not start them from seed. I got them from a local store here. This green stalk has peppers, marigolds, sunflowers, miniature sunflowers, like teddy bear sunflowers. I love these things. They are pretty. You can get the seeds from Haas or Botanical Interest. I have a link for both of them down in my description. If you are interested in them, that's where I get the seeds from both places. And then over here, yeah, we're losing things to the heat, y'all. Over here, we have our cucumber plant, and there's another one. So there's cucumber in here, there's zucchini in here, there's beans, there's a sunflower, like that's a larger one. I'm pretty sure that's a teddy bear sunflower. Can't wait to see that. This also needs to be watered, but there should be a tiny cucumber on here. The bean plant looks good in here. This is also a dragon tongue bean plant. Has little beans on it, needs to be watered. So green stalks do have a watering system. I just really like to hand water. I've said that a whole bunch of times. Like this morning, if I was not recording, I would be out here hand watering. Yesterday, I had other things to do, and before I knew it, it was already hot. So I didn't get out here, and that happens sometimes. And everything is not dying, but everything is quite dry. So once I finish with y'all this morning, I am going to water. Yeah, I didn't get out here yesterday. Everything didn't die. Now, it was pretty hydrated before we ended up in these 90-degree days, so that did help. And I also have straw on most of my green stalks, just like with anything else. Oh, I took that little cucumber. That's the first cucumber of the season. Girl, no. Also, when I say stuff like girl, no, I'm normally talking to myself, but I'm on camera, so sorry about that. Someone did say like the men like watching you too, and I so appreciate y'all. But I'm not normally, like when I say it, I'm not saying like girl, I'm saying to myself like girl, no. If you are around when nobody's around and no camera is on, I still say that, y'all. So I am gonna try to watch saying it, but it is also the way that I talk. So I just figured I would say that, like, I'm not really saying girl so much as I am, because I'm a female, but I'm talking to myself when I say it. When I say girl, no. Sometimes I do just say girl, and I'm talking to like the camera, but a lot of times I'm saying it to myself. Anywho, let's move on. So for this section, I decided I would bring the basket over here to us. So these are patio tomatoes. They are blushing. And because more than likely when it's time for me to water, this is gonna be somewhat of a shock and I don't want them to split, I am taking them when they are blushing. So these are not fully ripe. This is more ripe than this one, but not fully ripe. I don't want them to split. And so I'm just gonna take the ones that are blushing. Like I said, these are patio tomatoes. They did really good for me last year. I got the original plant from a local store and then I saved the seeds and planted them. The seeds germinated amazingly and the plants are producing amazingly. I have them in more than one place this year. So they are in these green stalks. They are in a garden bed. They're also in the quick tent greenhouse. We also have shishito peppers on these plants, so we're gonna get those. Look how nice size. That's gonna be lunch. It's gonna go with lunch at least. Okay, we have beans over here, and I know these are not black beans. I had run out of black, well, I don't believe these are black beans. Pretty sure I did direct sowing with these because I think I had run out of black bean starts at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest these beans too. I prefer to take my beans when they're small. This is a little bit big for me, but not bad. I don't like when the beans like start to develop big beans inside. I like it to be small. Now, crazy thing is, I don't like a French bean though. Isn't that weird? So anyway, I just picked the regular green beans before they really start to develop the bean in the inside of them. So this green stalk had mostly beans in it. I want a lot of beans. I love fresh green beans. I am trying to get my kids to love them just as much as me. It's not working just yet, but I eat them. I love fresh green beans, y'all. There isn't much on this one, but these got planted out much later than everything else because I got them at Mother's Day. They were on sale, the green stalks. They were on sale, buy one, get one free, the 3-tier. And I was like, oh yeah. And in case you are new here and you have not heard, Greenstock is having their Growing Together in the USA sale where you could get, what, 3 of the 3-tier green stalks, red, white, and blue, which is blueberry, tomato, and snow for $177.97. And the 5-tier planters are starting at, what, $99.97? So good deals. So listen, this is some more that is blushing and I did not see it originally. Yeah, see, got a little bit of red. So I'm taking them and that's what we're gonna do all around the garden. But all of these green stalks are looking great too. So this is the bean green stalk, the black one, hope y'all can see it. It's black beans. It is packed with beans, but I'm leaving them because I want them to dry on the vine. Same thing right here. These are black beans and I'm leaving them because I want them to dry. I said the vine, on the plant, that's what I want them to do. But like this is one that I did come out here and water before, both of these, before, because they were giving signs of stress before we got super hot. So I watered them really deeply. So they look great. They did just fine through these 90-degree days and these that 100-degree day yesterday. But there are some that did not. Also, somebody told me the patio yellow is best when you get them off of the plant yellow. I think a lot of mine have been orange, so we're gonna try them again. I ain't gonna try them on camera. I know y'all got to be sick of it, but I figured I would mention that because I didn't gave these tomatoes a bad name this year. A bad name. These will be coming out soon, these tomatoes, because they look really bad. And this is the flower green stalk I was telling y'all about. It's got all kind of flowers and it's actually really pretty. So maybe this won't be the one that we take down because it's actually really pretty, y'all. Anyway, I know the green one is gonna get reset for sure. Actually, the tomato one in the greenhouse probably gonna get reset. So tomato color, not tomato one. Leave the basil. Don't worry about the sunflowers. I think I was overwatering. Everything in the greenhouse except for these peppers was being overwatered by me. So now we're moving along to the greenhouse. Looks really good in here. We might just say this is a harvest. Oh wow, look at that eggplant. I didn't even notice that. We might just say this is a harvest video, y'all, and I'll come back and do a, what do you call it? Oh, that's another pepper over here I didn't see. Sorry. We might just say this is a harvest video. We'll come back and do a garden tour because there's a lot that needs to be harvested and I need to move quickly. These are shishito peppers. And so the peppers in this greenhouse is doing absolutely amazing. Somebody asked me, is a greenhouse really necessary in Virginia? And so I will say I am seeing a benefit. Do you really need to have it? Can you grow things in Virginia easily without the greenhouse? Absolutely. But am I seeing the benefit? Y'all know I'm fighting ants and aphids terribly outside. I'm not fighting any ants or aphids in the greenhouse. In the summer, I would say, you know, don't really need it. Now, I did see a great benefit in the spring and winter. I was able to grow another crop of cold hardy vegetables in the spring. So another crop of broccoli. I successfully grew cabbages, thank goodness, this year, because I was really struggling to grow cabbages. So is it necessary? No. But is it beneficial? In my opinion, yes, I do think that they are beneficial. I am happy to have both of mine. If I could get those trees cut, I would be like it would be great if I could get the trees cut because my other greenhouse would produce a bit better for me. I'm pretty sure of that. I pulled this little one off of this plant back here that's struggling. Probably gonna pull that plant out because the base of it, the main leader or whatever you want to call it, is turning brown, baby. So yeah, we need to take that out before it spreads to something else. Y'all, this jalapeno pepper in here, it is going to like really pop when it finally starts to give us peppers. It has a whole bunch of flowers on it and some tiny peppers. So we harvesting the cherry tomatoes out of here. These are super sweet 100s. Y'all already know how I feel about those, but we're gonna take them anyway because they can absolutely go into sauces. These right here are rosellas. Really good, very tasty, very, what do you call it? Very prolific. Got those. Also just see I missed the shishito pepper. And so, oh, somebody asked me, how do I keep, they were asking about my beans. How do I keep the beans? I think that was over here. It might have been Instagram though. I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. But how do I keep my beans fresh until I have enough to make a pot of beans or whatever? I just put them in my refrigerator in my vegetable tray in a Ziploc bag. And I also will sometimes throw a damp paper towel in with them, but that works for me. And then all else fails, you can also just freeze them, blanch them and freeze them. You don't have to blanch, but I do blanch. Blanch them and freeze them and then thaw them out when you have more and you want to cook them. So that works too if you're in a small space and you're not getting like a huge harvest all at once, like me. Now I will tell you, if my purple potted pole beans had not done what they did, then I would have started having larger harvests all at once. But it's okay. Those seeds might be in the mail. I literally rarely check my mail like I'm supposed to. So there's that. Let me run on this other side. I think Brad's Atomic Grape. But let's do the finger test before we leave out of here too. It's also some basil down here. I figured I'd harvest that. But, oh, yeah. Oh, we don't need to do the finger test. You can literally see it. You know, another reason why I think that I was over watering a little bit is because I just started back using mulch. And with mulch, of course, if you don't do the finger test, the top may look dry, but it doesn't mean that the soil under it is. In this case today, it absolutely is. But in some cases, that was not the case. That's another rosella. Figured I'd take that. The watermelon is looking good in here. I don't see any small watermelon yet, but we got flowers and the plant is growing well. So I'm excited to see that. This is, I also see a, what is that thing called? Squash beetle? I don't know. Anyway, look at that. Nice little eggplant. So when it comes to fresh vegetables, I am very much a saute girl. Like, I'm gonna saute this, I'm gonna saute that. Eggplants is a little bit different. I like to put them in the oven and season them really well. I like eggplant and I don't like to cook them long because eggplant can get mushy. I don't like mushy vegetables. I like my vegetables to still have a bite to it, a crunch to it. So I don't like mushy vegetables. Eggplant is one of those vegetables I do not want mushy. So yeah, I put it in the oven. I know people want to know what I'm using my harvest for. I just realized there's Swiss chard on here I could take, and probably could take some of these collards too. I don't know that I showed this one. I don't think I did. Anyway, lemon green stalk right here, y'all. But anyway, yeah, I don't like mushy vegetables. So with that being the case, that's something that I put in the oven and not for very long. That got burnt by the sun. Look at that. Sun ate it up, baby. grab my coffee because that's gonna get cold. Not that it really matters because it's hot out here. All right, let's go see if the other greenhouse has any tomatoes that's blushing. As a matter of fact, it does. We love it, love it, love it. These are also patio tomatoes. They're doing really good in here in the shade. Y'all cannot see me. I am so sorry. They're doing really good in here in this little shaded spot. I got 3 out of here. Y'all didn't see that. But like, look at that. Very nice and very pretty. They give out decent sized tomatoes, but that's all that's really growing in here is some patio tomatoes, and there's a roselle down there that is still struggling. When I don't want to say I gave up on it, but I'm not really pressing it. I do make sure that it's watered, but maybe no roselle this year. Honestly, I wasn't gonna plant roselle anyway. Someone asked me about it, and so I was like, oh yeah, I could, but it wasn't on my list of things to plant, so let's go. So this is very casual this morning, but I hope some of the information that I'm giving out is helpful. I think it's a perfect day to do it though, because I'm definitely not going to be out here when it's hot doing anything. So I can take this stuff in the house and do what I need to do with it, you know? I need to go grab my other baskets too. Oh, by the way, we lost a whole cucumber plant. It got too hot and this bag got dry, baby. Whole cucumber. Actually, that was a sunflower. Lost a whole sunflower. It's okay. I also haven't replanted sunflowers yet or dropped any seeds, which I really need to do. All right, be right back. By the way, since we decided this is not gonna be a garden tour, I will tell y'all the ant traps are helping. So I'm excited to see that. I know a few people were telling me about the borax and sugar thing. I'm at a stage in my life where if I can just go pick something up and I don't have to do extra, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's how we ended up with that. I am still spraying them also to get the aphids off, but it is working and I'm excited to see that, because at first I was like, I cannot deal with these ants this year. These are dragon tongue beans that I'm picking right now, and they have finally started to produce in this bed, and I'm excited to see that. Dragon tongue beans, I really, really like them. And like I said, they can get larger and still taste good. And that's one of the reasons that I like them, because I normally pick a lot of them small. And when I say them, I just mean bean varieties, no specific varieties. And I don't have to pick these small because they can be eaten larger and still taste good. Now, if I don't get around to eating these, I will blanch them and freeze them. Haven't ran the freeze dryer again yet, y'all. Producing a decent amount. Yep, there goes some more. Very nice. Are you harvesting? And what are you harvesting right now? It's about to be like harvest time for me, where we getting a whole bunch of stuff at once. And this year, doing my best to actually preserve it and keep it or eat it fresh, and don't let anything really go bad. Look how pretty those beans are, y'all. I'm just looking back through here because you can miss some beans. That you can. Yeah. Very nice. Truly wish I need to go check. See if the purple-bodied pole bean seeds are in the mailbox. If they are, I need to replant them. That's really what it is. Saying that I wish something would have done something when I probably have the ability to fix it is crazy work. Anyway, sorry y'all. Yeah, I think we got everything off of these so far, but we got a whole bunch of flowers still on these plants, so that's a plus. We love to see that. And down at the other end is black beans, so I'm not really worried about getting down there to them. We got some basil right here that we're gonna just take off too. And basil just gonna keep growing the more you harvest it. It ain't a lot. Basil is something I will freeze dry too, but I like to make pesto so I can just pop it out of the refrigerator when I wanna use it and not have to continuously make it. So that's the way I preserve a lot of my basil, is pesto. And I make it fresh and freeze it, so it's easier for me to use. Oh, I told y'all, the ant traps are working, so I'm excited to see that happen. And these are early girl tomatoes. Like what's in the house already has been early girl, and they're still producing, y'all. So yeah, this is a good variety. I always hype it up. I hype it up because it needs to be hyped. I think these are San Marzano or Amish paste, actually. Not that. What is this? No, that's not. Oh, super sauce. Okay. I was about to say, or maybe that's what all of those are super sauce. Okay, did not realize that. That's one that's blushing. Go ahead and take that too. All right, let's see here. Let's check these beans right here. Y'all, we got so many green peppers, like a whole bunch of green peppers on all of these plants. And I keep checking them because I see where some people are having them either rot or I saw Broke had that issue, but I saw somebody else say it too. I can't remember. Anyway, so I've been checking them just to make sure that we're not having that issue. Like this one is one where we're having that issue. It's got something, it's small anyway, so not a big deal. But if I start to see it more, I'm going to pull them green and just save them. I will cook with green peppers. I will cook with onions. I just don't want to like actually taste them. So I'm gonna cook them real good. Just know that, because I don't want to taste them. Red or orange or yellow, yes, but I don't want the actual green. It's just too bitter for me. I don't like it. And I think that's okay. These tomatoes, these are patio tomatoes too. They starting to blush down here. Let me grab them. Hope y'all can see me. Y'all can still see me. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a whole bunch of them. I was looking at them beans, but it's a bunch of these. Wow, look at the size of that one. All going in the freezer. I'm not trying to do any big preservation right now. Gonna do it in my downtime so I can have something to do. Oh yeah, there is plenty in here. Okay, patio tomatoes are a nice variety. That one is a little split, and having them in these cages did me well, because if I didn't, I feel like they would be all over the place. So they get much bigger if you give them the space than they are in the green stalks and the greenhouse also. I am hoping this year to be able to save quite a bit of tomato sauce, some salsa. I'd make chipotle bowls. And so when I do that, I need the salsa. And we normally buy it. So if I can make some, not gonna can it. I'm probably gonna put it through probably gonna freeze it and then end up putting it through the freeze dryer. But yeah, these purple beans, Royal Burgundies, I don't see a lot on them. It's okay. There goes some more. I think eventually we're gonna see a burst. I've also been harvesting them like every week. And this is not a black bean. So I must, whole plant, I must have put something else in there. Black beans are more flat in my experience than round. So I must have mixed another plant in. They were all planted in the same 72 cell tray. So I think that's what happened. So, all right, more beans. So we got beans in there and some tiny tomatoes in here too. I think I'm gonna take them out and put them over here with the rest of the tomatoes. Whew, growing, these are split too, some of them. So I'm gonna give them to the girls. Actually, I ain't even gonna take them in the house. I'm gonna take them out and give them to the girls. And so yeah, there's black beans down here too, in case you're new here. Where I didn't have enough of one variety, I just added black beans because I had a whole bunch of them. The seeds that I used, I had saved, so I didn't know if I was gonna get good germination, and I did. So I had a whole bunch of black beans and I started them early. So that's what we looking like right now. One basket right there, another basket right there. Looking good. We have some shishito peppers right here. And if you can see, like, there are still some ants on here, right? But I was not really able, and they are still getting on me a little bit too, but it was worse. So we just gonna keep working on them. And I think that eventually we're gonna see them just kind of disappear. These still have quite a few. That green stalk, that one is like, they've slowed down drastically. These are jalapenos. Look at that. That's a nice size one. Yeah, it's a few nice size jalapeno. I like to make jalapeno poppers. I don't can them. I have canned them before. Came out mushy to me, so I just don't do it anymore. Oh, I might have me some. We might save the shishito peppers for tomorrow's lunch and then do some jalapeno poppers for today if I have some cream cheese in the house. They nice size. Whew. All right, let's see here, y'all. And then we just got a bunch of green peppers back here that we are hoping they turn to red and stuff. And I'm just looking to check things out. So yeah, all right, let's move on. So in case you're wondering why I planted so many like red tomatoes, it's because I want a lot of sauce. And normally This is my first year ever doing this because I am not a red tomato eater. I don't like the acid in it, but of course I do like tomato sauce, which does have acid. So that is what I have done here in order to secure enough tomatoes to make a decent amount of tomato sauce. Off we go, because there are some paste tomatoes on the other side that need to be harvested. I gotta get the weeds over here too. They just look really bad. This area look bad, but I don't hide nothing around here. All right, so over here we got us some ripening ones too. These are an Italian Roma. So yeah, we just did a bunch of different ones. I don't keep them separated or anything because they all going in the same place. But I will remember if something was more prolific. And that's why we are still growing different varieties, so that if it does do well, then I'll know like this is a good variety of red paste. And I'll know, like for instance, the early girls. I know the early girls are amazing producers and early. So we definitely will always grow them. Yeah, these Italian Romas, very nice. We got a good amount of these ripening with no blossom end rot, so love that. This one, we got a little bit of damage, but I could cut that out. It's right at the top, so that's fine. There's more on the other side, but I feel like, yeah, that's an interesting looking one. It's like a little snowman. All right, let's see. Now I'm gonna have to go on the other side, and there's some more of these patio yellow. So if you want to give the patio yellow a try, they are very prolific, I will tell you that. Super prolific. There's some more over here. Got us some over there, see? No blossom end rot. Started working on my watering. So the plant was able to get the calcium. It was able to pull the calcium up. It is very warm out here now. It's getting warm. And there goes some more of the patio yellow in here. They kind of just fell over the bed and kept growing. I do like the way that they grow too, if you got the space for that. Like, they grew nicely and will go well in some salt. There goes some patio yellow tomatoes. A basket full of sunshine. All right, y'all, so what did we get? It was a good harvest this morning. A whole bunch of tomatoes. There are also shishito peppers down here. There are jalapeno peppers. We did get a little bit of basil, which I feel like I missed some. I need to come back. So that's what's in here. Looks really good. I'm excited. Then we got a whole bunch, a decent amount. What do you call those things? Dragon tongue beans, some purple beans, which is royal burgundy. That one little misformed cucumber, but we have cucumber plants that's coming in right now, so I'm okay with that. And some strawberries. Very nice. And then a little bit of greens. That'll just be something that I eat in a small setting, like maybe for lunch or something. But that is the harvest for today. I'm pretty excited. Like I said, this should have been a garden tour, but it's already getting hot out here. But yeah, I'm excited about what we did get harvested today. Let me know in the comments what you're harvesting, how your garden is doing. I'm absolutely excited with the way mine is going. And the peppers making me really excited. I'm crossing my fingers that they can stay until they can turn a color and get really sweet. I've never grown this many green peppers in my life, but they're doing so good. Even with the ants and aphid problem, they're doing really good. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in my garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.